Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create a Python script that moves your mouse for you when you go AFK. Now I've already made a short about this a while back, but I had gotten a comment on it from a user named Paul Takes Chances that suggested to allow the script to run all the time in the background and to essentially detect when you go AFK to initiate the automation, and then to stop the automation when you come back. I thought this was a really cool and interesting idea, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in today's video. I do want to throw up a quick disclaimer. Please do not use this in any kind of real work environment. This video is for educational purposes only. So the first thing we'll want to import is a library called pyautogui. Now this does not come standard with Python, so you'll need to pip install this library just by doing pip install pyautogui. I'll leave a link to the documentation and installation guide in the description below. So the next thing we'll need to import is random and time. So we'll do import random and let's do import time. So everything is going to be in a while true loop, but first I want to initialize a couple of variables before getting into the loop. So the first thing is going to be a variable called cur_chords that just records the initial position of the mouse by calling pag.position. And the next variable is going to be an AFK counter that will keep up with how long I've been AFK. So we can just initialize that to 0. So the first thing we'll want to do in this while loop is check if pag.position is equal to cur_chords. If this condition is met, that means my mouse has not moved since the last loop. So in that case, we'll want to add 1 to our AFK counter. So let's do AFK counter plus equals 1. So what happens if that condition is not met? Well, that means that I've manually moved my mouse since the last loop, meaning I'm not AFK. So we can do an else statement here, and we can set AFK counter back to 0. And then we can update our cur_chords variable that we will check next loop to see if we've moved it all since this loop. So we'll do cur_chords is equal to pag.position. So you'll notice here that if our mouse continues to stay motionless, the AFK counter will just constantly increase. So at some point, we'll want our script to take over and start moving the mouse for us. So here, I'll create an if statement that will execute when AFK counter is greater than 5. So in here, I'll generate a random x coordinate on my monitor by doing random.randint, and I'll pick between 2560 and 5120. So these values correlate with the pixel resolution of your monitor, and since I'm recording on my second monitor, I'm starting at 2560 so that it doesn't pick a coordinate on my first monitor. These values will be different depending on your monitor setup. And down here I'll do the same for a random y coordinate. So now that we have our random x and y coordinates, let's do pag.moveTo, and we'll put in our x coordinate, our y coordinate, and let's do 0.5. So this 0.5 is just the speed to which our mouse is going to move to that coordinate. And once we've moved to that coordinate, we'll update cur_chords by doing pag.position. And then down here at the end of our while loop, we'll do a time.sleep of 2 seconds. And actually just before this, let's add a print statement to print out our AFK counter. So we'll do an f string, and then we'll do AFK counter is, and then we'll put the AFK counter variable in these curly braces. And that's essentially it. So we can run our script, and we'll see that the AFK counter is counting in our terminal, and it's 0 because we're manually moving our mouse around, but I'm going to leave my mouse alone, and you'll see that it is counting. And once we get to AFK counter 5, it should start automatically moving our mouse for us, and there we go. So it's moving our mouse, and then I'm gonna come back and it resets it to 0. And then just as an example, let's pretend I'm doing something on another application and the script is going on in the background. And then I go AFK, and so it's gonna start counting. And now it starts moving our mouse for us. And that's pretty much it. And I come back and now it's back to 0. So we can close out of this. If you want to just exit, all you have to do is stop the script. And yep, pretty cool. And once again, here's the code. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for sticking around to the end. And if you had any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you learned something, make sure to drop a like. And if you like content like this, consider subscribing. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next video.